Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today marked the first day of the Ange Postecoglou era at Tottenham Hotspur, the first Premier League match of the 2023-2024 season under the new Australian manager, and it did not go that badly at all. We drew 2-2 with Brentford away from home at the G-Tech Community Stadium. 2 goals from Spurs in Romero and Royale, so both from defenders, responded to by an Embuemo penalty and Johan Visa off of a deflected shot. Not a bad result at all.
Not a bad first game. We played pretty well in the second half. I think we did really well just shutting Brentford off from the ball. This is the first time since 2019, since Potts was here, that we actually play free-flowing, attackingly with a very high defensive line and more possession. I genuinely enjoyed watching Tottenham today for the first time since the Poch era.
69% possession for the Lilywhites compared to Brentford's 31%. 18 shots from Spurs, 11 shots from Brentford. We completely dominated the game, and we dominated the second half. So I was disappointed not to see an eventual winner come through, but Brentford were putting everything behind the ball. They were literally playing park the bus football against us, and it was hard to break through them.
Yeah, Brentford showed really good resistance. I think some standout players today showed really this team, very young team, not only age but also in their chemistry together. This is pretty much the first game some of these players have been working together, like with Van de Ven, Udogie, Vicario, all those players, and in new system too, 4-2-3-1. We haven't played that in a very, very long time, and it was very, very impressive. I love the way we played today.
Yeah.
Very quick passing on the ball. We were so much more creative. And I liked how we tried to get the ball into Madison. Madison, 2 assists today.
Ridiculous player.
What a performance from him.
He's going to be easily one of the most important to watch players for Spurs this season. I think giving him the 10 shirt was easily the right decision. He's going to be a huge player for us. Bissouma, ridiculous.
Bissouma looked so good today.
So good, Bissouma.
What a good ball carrier.
Unbelievable in midfield. It's night and day compared to someone like Højbjerg or Skip. He was like Bentancur levels. That's the way he was carrying the ball through midfield. It was really nice to see. Son and Richarlison had an okay game. They didn't do too badly.
They didn't do much. Same thing for Decky. Decky
definitely did a lot better in the second half.
He did pretty good. He was tracking back a lot.
Yeah.
Did pretty good with that. First half he was not very active in the match. The ball was barely on that right wing where he operated. But he didn't really do much wrong, much right. Richarlison had a couple of chances.
Yep. One
was from a weird angle. I don't think that was hard to put away. I think Richarlison just needs more time.
Yeah. I think the best parts of our team today were the defense and 2 midfielders in Madison and Bissouma, because our whole defense, I know we conceded 2 goals, but our whole defense was ridiculously solid today.
Udogie, Van de Ven, Royale, and Romero. 2 of them were goal scorers today.
Yep, and Romero went off early with a head injury, but Sanchez took his place beautifully. Like, the tackles he made, Sanchez, when he came on, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they were really good blocks. And I don't think we've seen that from Sanchez since, like, 2017, 2018.
Yeah, Royale also was really good.
Disgusting
what a
goal.
Strike.
Ridiculous strike.
Van de Ven also really good, except for that miscommunication with Vicario for Brentford's goal.
It wasn't really miscommunication.
It was,
he just stuck his foot out, because what else are you supposed to do? Other than that, he was really good. Yeah. I really liked Van de Ven.
I love his speed when he's tracking back. Yeah. What was his name? Who came on for Brentford? They made some suds. I forget who it was. Schade, yeah. Made a run, and Van de Ven, he dealt with them superbly.
Yeah. It was... I mean, Van de Ven moved across the pitch with some, like, this effortless, like, just glide. Almost... in the same sense that in Bissouma, he was just really easy he was just moving really easily.
He's so steady on the ball, and he's just like Vertonghen 2.0, basically.
Yeah. I look at him as Romero, but left-footed, and a little calmer. Yeah. But for this to be his debut, he has not played a single game with Tottenham in preseason. This is a whole new system to him. He fit in like a glove. Like, really, really good.
Yeah, and you can really say the same for Udogie. Yes, he has played in more preseason matches, but he also looked outstanding. Scored a goal in preseason, and today, again, he just completely just fit into the system like a glove.
It was beautiful. It was really nice to see. I was really happy with the Udogie result. But I think 2-2 is an okay result. I think the referee was incredibly harsh today. The yellow cards he was giving out was ridiculous.
It was, really. I don't think Skip should not have gotten the yellow card for that one, for the challenge. He did get one bugged. Madison, I'm not sure if he should have got bugged.
That was just dissent. Yeah, I don't get that.
Too. Vicario and Madison both dissent, but
yeah,
those were both harsh.
Yeah, I just feel like he was dishing them out way too easily to us, but not to Brentford. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just felt weirdly.
And Buemo, when he literally pulled
uneven.
On
Udogie's shirt,
and
no yellow card.
Yellow card.
But I think it's a decent result. I'm not too mad at that. I think Ange just has to work out some little things with the system, but maybe, I think definitely there'll have to be some player replacements. I think we'll definitely see Skip go out eventually. I don't think he's really built to play the role he was playing today. I think someone like Bentancur, Sarr, or Lo Celso would fit that position much, much better. So, I don't know. It'll be definitely interesting to see.
I think the only problem today was that we were getting caught out on the
flanks.
On the wings, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Udogie and Emerson, they were playing superbly. They were playing more central.
They were covering it well, though.
They were covering it well. And Sanchez, for one of those where Emerson got caught off, Sanchez did so well to...
Yeah.
Sanchez and Van de Ven, both of them did so well to get back brilliantly.
Yeah.
So they were handling it well. But yeah, we did get caught out a couple times on the wings. But we did handle it well. But that's just something, Postecoglou has to fix in the system.
Definitely. But yeah, next up for Tottenham is Manchester United at home, 12:30 next Saturday. That's going to be a very, very big game for us. We have to make sure we get a result there, I think. That'll be the real test for Ange. But I think something exciting is really growing at Tottenham. I'm excited for it. I think we've got a big future ahead. I think Ange is willing to work with us. I think we've got exciting players. So I can't wait for the rest of this season. I think it's going to go in the right direction. Just some things that he has to find, fix and find out. But yeah, it's going to happen. It's awesome. It looks really good.
Yeah, back to the player performances. Who do you think was our man in the match? I think it's pretty easy.
Madison.
Yep, James
Madison comes in, takes the number 10 shirt, and produces one of the best performances we've seen from a midfielder in... When does Eriksen last good for us? 2018-19.
We finally have someone... He wasn't even good 2018-19 for the tail end. He wasn't the best.
The start of that season.
Yeah, he was good. But it's been so long since I've actually seen someone who has an ability to take free kicks, corners, and actually put a good cross in.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been way too long. So I'm very happy to see it. And I'm excited. I think Ange is the one here. It's going to take time. But the style is there, and I think we can go somewhere with this.
Now going back to actual players' performances, let's go with Vicario, who made his Spurs debut today.
He raises the blood pressure of every Spurs fan way too much. Like, he's clearly knows what he's doing, but he just feels like he's on the verge of, committing the craziest red card foul ever or making the biggest blunder. I don't know.
He just doesn't look very steady, but he ends up being okay.
Yeah. He doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence, but definitely, he was good today.
I think it'll take him some time. Definitely not a bad performance. Pretty up and down performance.
Yeah.
Not much you can do about both of the goals, penalty and deflection.
Mm-hmm.
So really not much. None of the goals were his fault.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some of the subs that Ange brought on, or some of the subs that Ange should have brought on. So starting off with Davinson Sanchez, who came into the 14th minute for injured Christian Romero, just as a concussion precaution.
Yeah.
He filled the role well.
He filled the role really well.
Yeah, Sanchez definitely did really well. He does so much better under. He's been doing so much better under Ange than Conte or Jose because it's high-line defense.
And they don't give him any time to think. It's just instinctive defending, which is what Davinson has always been good at.
And he's good off the ball, not good on the ball when he has...
Yeah.
When he's sitting back, parking the bus, he's good on a high line. That's why he's so good under Poch.
Yeah. So I think he played really, really well today. Our other two subs came in the forward parts of the pitch, Sarr and Perisic. Sarr was really good throughout preseason. Clearly Ange likes him.
Yeah, Sarr was also pretty good today.
He showed it. He showed that when he came on. Yeah, definitely. I like the look of him. I think he could easily replace Skip in the midfield today.
Yeah.
Starting. because I don't know how comfortable Skip looks in that position. So it's going to be interesting to see how Skip fits in with Ange. But
It's
I think Sarr.
It's gonna be really interesting to see when Ben Tinker comes back.
Yeah, definitely.
To see how this midfield works. It's gonna be incredible.
And then Perisic was the other sub. The Perisic sub showed me that like Ange isn't really afraid to sub anyone off.
Yeah, he brought off Son, our captain.
Which I think was right, because he didn't look like he was fitting into the game too well. I mean, he was there. He was somewhat there. But he just kind of started to fade. And I think Perisic was the right decision. However, when he came on, I think Perisic made a few decisions that could have been better. Like, for example, using his left instead of his right, or his right instead of his left to cross in. I think we honestly could have had a couple more chances. But Perisic definitely played well, and I think the winger spot is much better for him.
I would have loved to see like Solomon, Porro, maybe even Lo Celso come on.
Yeah.
I think either one of Solo or Pedro Porro could have came on for Decky.
I would have seen that, but the only thing is I think Kulu really grew into the game.
He did.
Like, he really came into the game towards the end. And that's why I think he was better than Richarlison and Son, because towards the end, he started to get more confident in the ball. He fed more crosses in. He was much more alive on the ball than the first half. And I think that's why Ange didn't bring him off. He was still creative, so he didn't need a change there. I think Perisic was the right decision for Son.
Yeah, Perisic was definitely the right decision. We know his crossing ability late in the game when you just need to get a cross in to the danger zone. Even on those long throw-ins, we saw one of them today. Didn't come out the best, but at the end, we were really just scrambling to the goal for a goal. And I think Perisic and Sarr were definitely the right decisions, because Sarr can win the ball back for you, carry the ball upfield for you. Perfect. Yeah. And if we have him and Basuma on at the same time, Sarr replacing Skip, that means you have basically two ball carriers.
Yeah.
Which worked out really good. Which worked out to our advantage in the end to try and find a winner.
Yeah. Ange, there's just been a quote come out on substituting Christian Romero early. And it's what we expected. He hurt his head, and he says, we're in an era where we know nothing about these, where we know about these things, so I'm not a doctor, and anytime that happens, I think it's really important that we protect the players. So it was just a precautionary thing. He knows how important Christian Romero is. But I have to go back to Van de Ven. Like, 40 million from Wolfsburg, comes straight into the side and drops an unbelievable performance. The only downside to that was his little deflection on the goal. But, like, other than that, really good performance.
I love his speed. His speed is going to be really good. Vertonghen was the same. He's just... I'm so happy we actually have a left-footed defender to put there that's other than Ben Davies.
Yeah, that's definitely
Who
true.
isn't even a center back.
Yeah, that's very true. Udogie, oh my gosh. I think that loan to... where was he last year? He was at Udinese. Destiny Udogie to Udinese, that loan really, really helped him out. Because I know when we first signed him, a lot of people were worried about his defending abilities. And he wasn't that consistent. But that last season in Italy really helped him develop. And now he's able to fit into the back four and still play well. And he was unbelievable today, I think. He played really well.
Yeah, he fit into the system so well.
Yeah.
And if me watching Udogie, having no clue who he is today, I think he's already Premier League proven.
Yeah.
Because he seemed like... it seems like he knows that, this is the deal in the Premier League.
Yeah.
This is how we have to play.
The crazy part is he's 20
like
he's 20 years old.
Yes, he's
and
so
he
young.
Just came from Italy. It's ridiculous how good he is. He's very, very confident, and I love to see it. But there's a system in place, definitely. I think it'll need some tweaking based on the caliber of our opposition. Especially against a team like Brentford. I think they're very good at transition under Thomas Frank. So that definitely caught us out in the first half a little bit, but second half we managed it really well. It's just a shame that we couldn't find that last goal, which I think that's a consequence of no Harry Kane. I think if we had Harry Kane, we would have found that goal. But not having Harry Kane, Richarlison just doesn't really provide the same kind of player that Harry Kane is.
No one can one can be Harry Kane. Yeah. I mean, Richarlison will get better as the season goes on, but no one can replicate Harry.
I think we brought back the creativity.
We definitely did.
Madison. More than enough creativity. But the finishing and the positioning and the movement, you can't replicate that from Harry Kane, so you have to kind of substitute something in. I think Richarlison will get better. He got better over the course of today. But, I think he'll get better, and I think eventually we'll get
I think Postecoglou has trust in him.
Yeah. But not a disappointing result at all.
No, not disappointing.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm just disappointed we couldn't find a winner. But you know what? We got a lot of good things to take away from that. I think the best thing is that our defense is not terrible.
Our defense was actually pretty good today.
Yeah.
The only 2 goals we conceded were a penalty and deflection.
Yeah. Like, it could have gone so much worse. But seeing that we made the right decisions in defense, that our signings are proving, with Madison, with Van de Ven, with Udogie coming in, and Vicario, as unsteady as he may have been, as little confidence as he may have filled the Spurs fans with, he still dropped a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Like, he made some good saves. So, yeah, I'm excited for the Ange era. But yeah, that's it for our thoughts on the Brentford-Tottenham draw in the Premier League. Not the worst start to the Ange era at all, but if you enjoyed and you want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below what your thoughts on this game were, and until next time,
Come on, you Spurs!